Reports are stating that Tottenham are in advanced talks to sign Everton star Richarlison for £51 million. Reports are also stating that Middlesbrough are yet to receive an official offer from Spurs for right-back Jed Spence. And a former Tottenham Hotspur star has come out and said that Joe Rodon should be playing a lot more for Spurs. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button and also like and share. If you're listening to this on an audio platform, do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. And please do check out the channel sponsors, OneFootball, Zooch Converters, William Hill and Live Football on TV. Let's start with a report from The Athletic. They are stating that Tottenham Hotspur are interested in signing Richarlison from Everton this summer. The North London club are not believed to have made an offer so far for the 25-year-old, who is currently on international duty with Brazil. It is thought they will only move for him at what they deem to be the right price. Richarlison among a number of options Spurs are considering this window as they seek to strengthen their squad. It states that Everton would be looking to receive a higher fee than the €60 million, the equivalent of £51 million, that has been reported for Richarlison, but sources feel they are unlikely to achieve that. The Goodison Park side need to make sales this summer. Some close to the club believe the move has a good chance of happening in this window. Richarlison scored 10 goals in 30 Premier League games last season to help Everton stay in the Premier League. He has scored 43 goals in 135 league games for the club since joining them from Watford back in 2018. Spurs, who qualified for the Champions League on the final day of the Premier League season, have already been active in this transfer window, bringing in Ivan Perisic on a free transfer from Inter Milan last month and signing Fraser Forster after his contract with Southampton expired. The Daily Star have also reported on this story, and they are stating that Spurs are very close to making their third signing of the summer transfer window already, with Richarlison ready to join the North London club in a £50 million deal. The Daily Mail have also reported on this as well. They are stating that Tottenham are in advanced talks to sign Everton star Richarlison for £51 million, with the Brazilian forward already negotiating a contract with Antonio Conte's side ahead of a summer switch. Reports also out in Brazil are stating that Tottenham are in advanced negotiations to sign Everton and Brazil star Richarlison in the upcoming transfer window. It has been reported that talks are well underway between the two Premier League clubs after Richarlison made it known he wants to leave in this summer transfer window. Reports out in Brazil are stating that Tottenham are in advanced negotiations to sign Everton and Brazil star Richarlison. It has been reported that talks are well underway between the two Premier League clubs after he made it known last month that he was considering his future at Goodison Park. While London rivals Chelsea and Arsenal were also rumoured to be interested in Richarlison's services, it appears that Spurs have made the first move in securing his signature. In the report from the Daily Mail, it says, according to reports in Brazil, the clubs have discussed a deal worth €60 million, the equivalent of £51 million, and that is set to take Richarlison to North London. The 25-year-old forward is in the process of negotiating a contract with Antonio Conte's side as they look to confirm their third signing of the summer transfer window. Last month, the player actually come out and said, now I can talk because when we talk about leaving a club, I'm kind of like this. Because of the history I have with Everton, the affection that the fans have for me, when we talk about leaving, I'm a little speechless. Now, a report has just been published by the Northern Echo all about Tottenham Hotspur target Jed Spence, and the report states that Tottenham are yet to table a formal offer for Jed Spence, with Middlesbrough officials still waiting to discover the Premier League club's valuation of their in-demand fullback. Jed Spence is set to leave Teesside on a permanent basis this summer, having enjoyed a successful loan spell at Nottingham Forest last season. He's valued at around £20 million and his departure will help Middlesbrough's summer transfer business, with head coach Chris Wilder having concluded he already has a ready-made right-back in the shape of Jones. Wilder's faith in Jones resulted in Spence remaining at the City ground when Middlesbrough could have recalled him back in January. Nottingham Forest are keen to re-sign the 21-year-old, with Steve Cooper having been hugely impressed with his contribution to last season's successful promotion push, but Tottenham have also identified Spence as a key summer target. It then goes on to say that Antonio Conte has instructed his recruitment team to go and sign Jed Spence, and reports emerged in the last 24 hours suggesting a deal had already been agreed with Middlesbrough. However, senior sources close to Middlesbrough's transfer dealings insist that is not the case and are adamant there has not been an offer for them to discuss. There have been no advanced talks with officials at Spurs. Indeed, the Middlesbrough hierarchy are still waiting to discover what Spurs are willing to pay up front for Jed Spence and what add-ons they are prepared to sign up to as part of the deal. It then states Middlesbrough are determined to get the best possible price for Jed Spence, who is currently on international duty with the England under-21s, but are also keen to protect themselves in case the youngster goes on to enjoy sustained success at the top level in the future. Ideally, they would like the situation resolved as quickly as possible, as that would make it easier for them to press on with their own summer transfer business. Now, former Tottenham Hotspur star and Wales captain Gareth Bale has been talking all about Tottenham Hotspur central defender Joe Rodon and believes that the central defender should be given game time at Spurs. This is what he had to say.
When Rob was in here earlier, he talked about Joe Rodon, among others, in terms of their futures. You've played with Joe, obviously, at home and at club level. How good is he, and does he need to be playing regular Premier League football? Would that be your kind of advice to him at the moment?
Yeah, for me personally, I feel like he should probably be playing at Tottenham. I think he's shown time and again how good he is. I think for me personally, even when I was there last year, I felt like he deserved to be playing. He's like a top professional. He doesn't moan. He tries to moan, but I tell him not to. I just say keep your head down, keep working, because that way the manager can never use that excuse for not playing you. So he's a very good professional. He's a great young player. Of course, he knows himself. He needs to be playing week in, week out. He wants to be playing week in, week out. I don't feel like he's really had the opportunity to play a consistent run of games at Tottenham. And I think if he did get that, he would be fantastic for them. But yeah, even if he has to go to another team, he's going to strengthen that team no matter who it is. So yeah, he's a great player. Obviously, he's a great friend, and he's a top professional as well.
And just
now, my thoughts on these stories in this episode. Let's start with the Richarlison one, and I'm going to probably upset a few of the viewers and listeners because I mentioned Richarlison before in the last couple of weeks whilst doing a lot of these episodes, and not a lot of people were keen, but I actually really like the player, and I think that he's got great ability. He can certainly score goals, he can certainly set up goals, and he has a bit of fire in him as well, and I really like that. And when you think as well the options that we have in attack, and when I go on so often now talking about the sub bench, we can use 5 subs from the start of next season. If Steven Bergwijn is to leave this summer, which is highly likely, Lucas Moura has come out and said that he might leave as well, whether it be next year or the year after. And many reports last week stated that if Spurs got an offer in of between £12 and £15 million this summer, he may even go. So we do need options in attack. And when you think of how great our forward three is at the moment, Dejan Kulusevski, Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, add Richarlison, a player of his quality, into that mix as well. I think it's very, very exciting. So I personally hope that this deal does get done. And, one thing I will say as well is for me, as a Spurs fan, I love it when we sign players with Premier League experience, because they know the Premier League, they know it inside and out. And Richarlison done extremely well in the Premier League for Watford. Of course, made the move to Everton. He's done well there as well. And I was actually disappointed back in 2018 when we didn't go in for Richarlison then. And the report stating that sources close to Middlesbrough have stated that there has been no official bid for Jed Spence as yet. Well, of course, the transfer window has only just opened. There is real interest there. Spurs want to sign this player. Antonio Conte, Fabio Paratici want this player. Fabio Paratici watched him a number of times at the City Ground last season. Very impressed with the right back. And I have absolutely no doubt that Spurs will put an offer in very soon, probably early next week. Very exciting prospect, Jed Spence. So I'm very excited about that potential signing as well. The Joe Rodon one, I'm a little bit confused about that because Gareth Bale coming out and saying that he should be playing a whole lot more for Spurs. He should be getting more Spurs minutes. In front of who? You're not going to be putting him in front of Christian Romero, Eric Dyer and Ben Davies. So, where does he fit into that Spurs team? I think personally, I've got nothing against Joe Rodon whatsoever, but I think if he wants first team football, he's got to be looking for a move away from the club this summer. Now, thanks for watching and thanks for listening. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button. Also, like and share. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. And also, please do check out the channel sponsors, One Football, Zooch Converters, William Hill, and Live Football on TV. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on, you Spurs.